So this case study is of a Belgian tech MNC, uh, and they used our Kaboom ABM program. Now, let me take you through the process and how we did it for them and what were the key results. Right? The objective was very clearly to reach out to their top accounts and engage them and create a thought leadership for the brand as well during the course of the activity. Now, before we start off an ABM program, it's important for us to indulge into something called a firmography, which means where we identify your top accounts, we identify who are the key decision makers within those, segment them by, let's say, size or by verticals, etc. And if there is an information about whether they have been touched by your team or not, and if we also know at what stage of mind they are in, or maybe we can also find out what is their capacity of buying, or what kind of infrastructure, technology infrastructure they already have. So different ways in which we segment the audience, right? Once the audience is segmented, we essentially lay out a program. Like in this case, you see there are four stages of the program, the ABM program, right? This company, the tech MNC, uh, operates into smart office space, smart meeting room space. And what we did was we created a personalized content platform which was christened as Reinvent Your Workplace. We did not want it to be a more product oriented communication or a program. And hence, we took a step back and we created a platform where we were talking about how the workplace is getting reinvented or getting transformed because of technology infusion and the millennials now, coming into the working group age and also into a decision making stage overall. So this makes a lot of sense for people who are buying technology within the workplaces. And as you can see, this entire platform was divided into four stages. The content was divided into the four stages where we wanted people to first consume the very top level content, top of the funnel level content, which kind of tags them into an awareness stage. And from there on, as they move in and consume more deeper content, long form content, the more deeper into the funnel they get into, and we try and tag them and target them and identify them, right? So this essentially entailed that we should create content which should resonate with different segments of audience, right, and different functions of audience. So we created multiple formats of content, multiple platforms. As you can see here, we created almost 20 scenarios which were personalized, more than 100 articles, more than 60 social posts, infographics, banners, and different ways in which we could personalize the content for these 3,700 accounts and almost 7,000 contacts, which were divided into uh, you know three to six major segments. Now, this is a nutshell of what happened. Right, you can see a funnel here. You can see how many contacts entered the funnel, uh, and in a course of less than 3 months, what happened to those contacts. As a B2B marketer, one of the important tasks or responsibilities for us is to see to it that we are able to transition our audience from one stage to the next in the buying decision. I think that's a very key responsibility for marketers, and which is what we wanted to track and illustrate as a use case. So you can see that an X number of people who entered the ABM program, and we could identify how many of them at the end of a certain period are at which stage, right? And that's this is a very powerful representation uh, and analytics in one way of understanding where my audience is, and hence what should I do as a marketing person or as a sales team, right? As we go further, we see that by function and by uh, size of the organization, we can see how people are getting engaged. Where are people at the end of a certain period, right? You can see that there are certain number of people who are at aware, and then early engage or advanced engage stages, right? And that is for large organizations and IT departments, or in non-IT departments. We can see how are our key decision makers spread out, whether it's large or medium or CXOs or IT and so on, right? Now we also are able to track and find out which are these accounts, right? And how are they stacked by the volume of activity month over month. Okay, so you can see that, so these are the accounts and what were the number of activities that they had, which we could track on our platform or with our communication. And is it increasing or decreasing, or is it static? And in terms of how many times are they visiting some critical pages of our platform, right? And also in terms of how much time are they spending month over month with us. Now, this is again very, very powerful statistics, right? How many key accounts are we engaging and what are they doing with us? How much time are they spending with us? The more time a key account spends with us, the more are the chances of that account investing into our products and services, right? And a lot of times, sales teams are not able to do that, right? It's not humanly possible for sales teams to reach out to all the decision makers at all times, right? And that's a clear bottleneck that we face, all of us. Now here is where marketing can help and show that, okay, these are the accounts where the decision makers are spending time with us, and the sales team can prioritize and try and reach out to them also at the same time, right? And then we also score them depending on the number of activities and the time that they have spent, etc. There's a certain score that we allot to a key account, and that high score essentially means that account is engaging at different levels with us, right? And you can see that if we deep dive into the accounts, we will know who are the people, and what are their designations and contact details, and which locations are they from. These are the people who are engaging with us, right? So at micro level, we not just know the account name, but we also know who are these people and what kind of content are they consuming more from our end, and what is the designations, locations, etc., contact details, etc. So that makes a lot of sense. And then of course there is uh, people who are filling up the forms, or people who are asking their team members to inquire more about what this product or service is all about. So that analytics, that insight also comes into picture at the fag end of the funnel, you can see, right? And so very, very deep analytical insight, which is kind of predictive in nature, also in terms of who are the people who are more conducive to buying. Now if this information comes to marketing and sales, this can help them to prioritize their work a lot, right? So that is what ABM is all about, and this is what I wanted to show you today through a small case study here. Reach out to us, talk to us, and maybe we can forge a specific strategy for you, a specific solution for you as well. Thank you very much.